No, you see, here's what I said about Casey Cornett's little marketing firm that his daddy helped him start up by connecting him with a bunch of PMC bitches like Pat McFerrin, know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be perfectly honest here and tell you that to fully appreciate the absurdity of a marketing company named Flight with the tagline "Gravity is optional, we must first interrogate the ideological framework from which such a statement emerges." The tagline, though superficially clever, is emblematic of a deeper, more pervasive trend in contemporary marketing culture: the preference for superficial slogans over meaningful engagement with reality. Gravity, as any physicist, or for that matter, a reasonably informed layperson could tell you, is not merely a peripheral inconvenience that can be discarded at will. It is the very condition that makes flight possible. Without the pull of gravity, the principles of aerodynamics, the delicate balance of lift, thrust, drag, and weight will collapse into irrelevance. To suggest otherwise, even in the abstract language of branding, reveals a remarkable disregard for the scientific and material conditions that underpin the phenomena the company purports to celebrate. But listen, bro, this absurdity is not confined to physics. No, I'm saying it reflects a broader cultural malaise. The tagline represents a neoliberal tendency to sever ideas from their material basis, reconfiguring them into marketable abstractions. Gravity, in this sense, is stripped of its scientific and existential significance and reduced to a metaphor for inconvenience or limitation. By contrast, flight becomes a disembodied ideal, an illusory freedom detached from the very conditions that make freedom meaningful. And I got to say this about this madness these clear garage door aficionados are putting out there in the community. You know what I'm saying? This slogan is, in essence, a microcosm of late capitalist rhetoric promising boundless potential while obscuring the structural realities that define and constrain it. Just as gravity cannot be optional for flight, so too are the material realities of production, labor, and inequality non-optional in the functioning of our society, no matter how much marketing seeks to obscure them. Let me finish up and we can talk about how his girlfriend, Merrick, you know, the one that ran against Beth Joe or whatever her name is, she looked like Grimace from the McDonald's, know what I'm saying? And we can talk about that later. Okay, so in the end, the tagline "Gravity is optional" it is not merely a piece of ill-conceived branding. It is a symptom of a culture that prioritizes empty spectacle over substance. It reflects an unwillingness to grapple with the conditions of possibility, preferring instead to sell an image of weightless liberation, untethered from the forces that make such liberation conceivable. It is, to borrow a phrase from Orwell, an elegant smokescreen for the muddled. One might reasonably ask, if even gravity can be dismissed as optional in the pursuit of branding, what else might this company trivialize? Such a question would be a reasonable place to begin a broader critique of the ideological foundations upon which this kind of absurdity is built. All of these bros, Casey, Pat McFerrin, Tim Berney, J.B. Williams, Jeff Bezdek, Drew Duggan, that one guy that looks like the Penguin, what's his name, Tim Tardy Bono or whatever, they all need to leave town. They all just a bunch of parasitic fools.